In this lecture, we can learn about network layer protocols. So in communication network, we know that we are having 7 layers, and the third layer in the OSI model is called network layer. And network layer is actually contained with certain protocols. So one of it is very popular and widely applied protocol. It is called Internet Protocol. So the Internet Protocol we normally use is of version number 4, and this protocol will be helping us to have to make a frame packet and forwarding and delivery of the packet. And what is the specialty of this IP version 4? It is a connectionless protocol that uses the datagram approach. So here this protocol having a format, and that is called a datagram, and each datagram will be handled independently, and while moving from the sender side to the receiver side, we can say that each datagram will follow a different route on the way to the receiver. So here we say that the data packets can arrive out of order since it is a connectionless service. Now, what is meant by the term datagram format? So packets in the IP layer is called datagram. In a simple term, we can say that packets in the IP layer is called datagram. And here in the diagram, we can able to see about the datagram approach contained with this IPv4. And datagram is a variable length packet. The main part is two sections available. One is header and one is payload. Header is 20 to 60 bytes length, and it contains important information like routing and delivery of the data. And apart from this, we are also having version number, header length, service type, total length, and version number will be 4 since we mentioned the term as IPv4. Header length is a 4-bit, defines the total length of the datagram, which is 4 byte words. Then service type, that is TOS, simply called as type of service, which is defined as the how the datagram should be handled for what kind of service. Then the total length will be 65,535 bytes. That is the length we have for this IP datagram. Now in this diagram, you can able to view where the IP is located. So that is the network layer along with the address resolution protocol, then internet control message protocol. In this area, we are having the location for the IP. So IP plays a major role in this network layer. Also, along with this, it is having identification, flags, frame, fragmentation offset, and these fields are related to the fragmentation of the IP datagram because it's of variable length. Some will be less, some will be more, and also the time to live, and that field is very important while the datagram move from the sender side to the receiver side. So the time to live field will be enabled, and which will be helping us to have a proper hop counting when it is moving towards the destination, crossing many routers or many nodes in the network. That is why we can say that the time to live field is used to control the maximum number of hops visited by the datagram. And next is the payload. So as like in TCP/IP, here also we are having the payload with the total content, and the datagram will be having this packet from other protocols that directly use the service. Then it is not reliable since here it is a connectionless approach. So we need some error checking methods, which is called as a header checksum. So this will be used here in order to minimize the possibility for error and to have a eminent way of communication. Then, for example, if the destination IP address is corrupted, the packet can be delivered to the wrong host. So if the protocol field is corrupted, the payload may be delivered to the wrong protocol. So these are the kind of errors can happen in the IP header. And apart from this, we are also having the 32-bit source and destination address field, which define the IP address of the source and the destination. So without this, we cannot able to forward the data. Without this, we cannot able to make a proper logical address and fragmentation for the datagram we have. Then, in order to make the IP protocol independent of the physical network, the designer is designed to make the maximal length of the datagram, that is IP, as 65,535 bytes. And next, for the datagram, what is considered is about the flag field. So apart from the identification field, which enable us to identify which is the source, and here flag bits are very important. That is 3 flag bits are available, and here it is 3 bit. The leftmost bit is reserved. The second bit is called a do not fragment bit, and if its value is 1, the machine must not fragment the datagram. If it cannot pass the datagram through any available physical network, it will discard the datagram. And if you say that if its value is 0, the datagram can be fragmented. The third bit is called more fragment bit, and in the third bit, if its value is 1, that means the datagram is not the last fragment. There are more fragments in the line. If it found that its value is 0, that means it is the last fragment. So that's all with this IP datagram approach we have in this IPv4 protocol.